Investigation exclusive. The Harrison Gwamnishu question: what is he really hiding? Niger 24 News investigations. Special report, Abuja, Nigeria. Months after the disappearance of Afiba Tando and Celine Dudum, the search for truth remains clouded by deception, silence, and a carefully choreographed media circus. While Nigerians demand justice for the two missing women, one man has positioned himself as both the investigator and the storyteller: Harrison Gwamnishu. But the deeper you look into his actions, the clearer it becomes that this self-proclaimed activist may be part of the very machinery obstructing the truth. Who sent Harrison to cover up the real criminals? From day one, Harrison moved with unusual confidence. He presented himself as a savior, leading rescue missions, releasing official-sounding updates, and speaking as though he were part of law enforcement. But the more Nigerians watched, the more inconsistencies emerged. Who gave him the mandate to lead an investigation of this magnitude? Why was every piece of public information, from the discovery of the girl's alleged remains to the announcement of Andrew Ochekwo's death, coming only from Harrison? Was he protecting the missing girls or protecting those responsible for their disappearance? The fake human body in Aba. Perhaps the most disturbing episode was Harrison's dramatic announcement that he had found human remains in Aba. He went live on social media, blurred the footage, and declared the discovery to millions before any police confirmation or forensic testing. Yet till today, no official forensic report has identified those remains as human, let alone as Afiba or Celine. The footage itself shows inconsistencies. The supposed skeleton resembled animal bones, hastily planted near an unverified location. So Nigerians must ask, what kind of activist plants or fabricates evidence in an open criminal investigation? Was the aim to mislead the public, to shift blame, or to close the case before uncomfortable questions reached higher levels of power? What was he doing inside Andrew Ochekwo's home? On May 24, 2024, while suspect Andrew Ochekwo was still alive and held under police escort by IRT officers in a hotel in Uyo, Harrison was seen entering Andrew's home in Aba. Witnesses say he removed personal belongings, including electronics, clothing, and sensitive documents. Why would a civilian, unaffiliated with any official investigation, have access to a crime scene? Who granted him permission? And why were Nigerian authorities silent? Recovering the money extorted from Andrew shortly after Andrew's suspicious death, Harrison appeared again, this time claiming he had recovered money allegedly extorted from Andrew by IRT officers while he was in custody. That raises serious legal questions. How did Harrison know where to find this money? Who authorized him to handle evidence tied to an ongoing case? Was this another stage-managed operation to clean up a mess or divert scrutiny from those who profited from Andrew's detention and death? A criminal past wrapped in activism, Harrison often introduces himself as a former inmate turned human rights advocate. But the full story is darker than he tells. He was convicted of armed robbery and kidnapping, not wrongfully accused as he claims. Court records confirm he served several years for violent crime. Yet, in a bizarre twist of fate, Harrison has become a celebrated figure in Nigerian media, given airtime, sponsorship, and access to high-level police operations. How does a convicted kidnapper suddenly become a kidnap rescue specialist? It's a contradiction only possible in a country where criminality can be repackaged as heroism. Blessing Onyinye and the 48-hour silence. The case takes an even darker turn with the role of Blessing Onyinye, the woman who last saw Afiba and Celine alive. When the girls first went missing, Blessing hid the information for 48 hours. She did not alert their families, she did not go to the police, and she remained silent while the clock ticked. Hours that could have made the difference between rescue and tragedy. In my considered opinion, Blessing knows far more than she has admitted and should have been detained and interrogated from the very beginning. But instead of scrutiny, she received protection from Harrison himself. When I, Miss Ben, began publicly calling Blessing out for answers, Harrison stepped in. He organized a staged interview with her, a rehearsed question and answer session designed to sanitize her image and manipulate public emotion. Nigerians who watched that live broadcast were shocked at how coordinated it was. Rather than confronting her with real questions, Harrison shielded her like a guardian angel. That moment revealed more than any statement. It showed where his loyalty truly lies. Buying influence, silencing critics. During the height of the controversy, Harrison allegedly paid Daddy Freeze, a popular online host, to amplify a negative narrative about me, Miss Ben, and to redirect attention away from Blessing. But when confronted directly, Daddy Freeze backed out of the matter entirely, realizing he had been drawn into a deception. Harrison's true weapon was not evidence or truth. It was his massive social media army. These are the same people I call digital zombies. Followers trained to flood comment sections, post 5 comments a second, and drown out critical voices. Instead of asking their hero the hard questions, they turn on anyone who challenges him. But truth is not a popularity contest, and I have stayed consistent. My loyalty has never been to trends, but to truth. Staged rescues and false heroism. Only last week, Harrison released another viral video claiming he had rescued a kidnapped woman held captive for 20 days. He said he went into the bush with the army and engaged in a shootout, yet showed no arrest, no captor, and no verifiable proof. Again, the story followed his familiar pattern: drama, emotion, no evidence. Nigerians have started to notice that many of his rescues are scripted, like miracle shows on television, designed to feed public excitement and maintain his illusion of heroism. This is what happens when a nation's institutions fail. When the Nigerian police force abdicates responsibility, opportunists step in to stage-manage chaos for fame and influence. Where was the Nigerian police? Throughout the entire saga of Afiba and Celine, it was Harrison, not the police, who first announced their disappearance. It was Harrison who presented the only witness, Rachel. It was Harrison who entered Andrew's home. It was Harrison who announced Andrew's death. It was Harrison who went to Benue to identify Andrew's body. It was Harrison who claimed to have discovered human remains in Aba. It was Harrison who handled money tied to police extortion. At every stage, the Nigerian police force, the institution constitutionally responsible for investigation, was silent, sidelined, or missing altogether. So who was truly in control? The police or Harrison? A nation that rewards deception, Nigeria's tragedy is not just in its crimes, but in how easily its people are manipulated. Harrison's rise mirrors the state of the nation, a place where lies sell faster than truth, and criminals can reinvent themselves as saviors with a ring light and a camera. Even one of Harrison's former close friends told me directly, open quote, "Miss Ben, Harrison stages everything, just like pastors stage miracles. Nigerians are gullible." Close quote. If you look carefully at his own videos, the inconsistencies jump out. The so-called crime scenes don't add up. The timelines contradict themselves. The evidence is never verified by the authorities. And yet, Nigerians continue to believe, not because they have proof, but because they are desperate for someone, anyone who sounds like hope. The fight for truth continues. I, Miss Ben, have been transparent from day one. I am not defending criminals. I am defending logic, accountability, and truth. I have placed my hand firmly on this case, and I will not stop until the truth is fully exposed. Harrison, you may enjoy temporary protection from corrupt police officials and a complicit media system, but history will not favor you. When the dust settles, the truth will stand, and it will stand against you. Final word. Harrison Gwamnishu must answer these questions before the nation. Who sent you? Who are you protecting? Why did you remove evidence from Andrew's home? Why did you stage fake human remains? Why did you shield Blessing Onyinye from scrutiny? You can keep running, but you cannot hide from the truth. Because the truth, no matter how long it takes, always finds its way home. Nigeria is watching.